everybody, and welcome to the Joyful Finding Show this beautiful December 5th, 2025. Boy, oh boy, welcome to December, my friends. We are shooting right through this year. This month is going to go by like a blip. That's the word I'm using this week is blip. I'm using it with everyone that I talk about how time is flying right now. So, time might be flying. Right. So how are you all doing? I'm wondering how you guys are doing this evening. Sending out a lot of love out there. And once more people pop in, I feel like we need to do a little group healing out there because I feel like there's a lot of people that need some healing going on right now. And I've seen a lot of it out there. Woo! A lot of healing that needs to take place. But I also am excited. I'm also excited. Okay. And I'm not sure exactly what I'm excited about yet, but there are changes on the horizon. And sometimes they just kind of pop up and you just kind of roll with it. You know, if you guys haven't checked it out, Marsha has a new show called The Mile on Wednesdays. It's an audio show, and I got to chit chat with her for a little bit, and she asked questions about yourself. So if you want to know more about that, check that out. I was over there Wednesday. Well, phone. But, and it got me to thinking, every little thing that kind of happens, there are kind of always like these little breadcrumbs that come up, and kind of help put more of your story together. So I'm curious, are you guys putting together more of your stories by the little pieces that you've picked up along the way? And maybe even the ones that you're picking up right now that make total sense to you and that are going to help you kind of move forward. Okay. So where was I going with all that? Sometimes I just start rambling. But anyways, where was I going with all that? The energy, things are moving, things are changing. Sometimes things just pop up. And I knew they were coming, you guys. We always get subtle cues, or clues. Cues or clues. They could be both. But I feel like they've been coming up a lot lately. Like, as of lately, the number 555 has been showing up for me again. I'll wake up, I'll see it in the morning, I'll see it in the evening. And to me, I know that is change coming because I've experienced this in the past and I knew something was coming. I just didn't know what the change was or when it will affect me, right? And there's been little changes along the way, and it's all good. It's all good because everything happens for a reason. There's lessons, there's experiences by all involved that need to take place. And I am happy to be a part of those situations and experiences that are going through those changes, whether it be someone's physical change, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Because I'm, I got some older people in my family now and they're going through some physical changes. And a lot of people I know out there are going through some physical changes, and that's one of the reasons I want to tap into the healing energy, the healing energy. Because right before the show, I was watching this cool video and it was like they had the idea of mixing the Matrix with Alice in Wonderland. And it was very interesting. And it just was a lot of, just visuals, because everyone's into videos now, which is so cool. That's why you guys keep tapping in. And thank you for being here. But it was really cool how it, what did it make me think of? Oh, this is what it made me think of. So as I was watching it, right, I feel like there's enough people popped in now. My peeps are out there. I feel you all joining in, whether it's now or later, your energy gets in contact when it needs to. It may not happen when this show is live, but it may happen in the replays later. You may just stumble across it, or you give it to somebody. Maybe they're feeling that. But anyways, we have forgotten exactly how powerful we are. What amazing beings of light we are, right? We have so many abilities, but we still, this is one thing that I've noticed, even though we've forgotten how strong we are, and I feel like a lot of you out there right now are really starting to tap into your strength and your authentic self, right? Because if not, you probably wouldn't be here. I feel like we're being forced into that right now. You know what I mean? Maybe not forced, but it's choice. You have choice. We have free will while we're here. So I feel like this change and all that is occurring right now is for the greater good of all, right? Because we have to go through the experiences and all that so that we can get to the other side of what all this is. And I know I'm probably mixing a whole lot of stuff up in here. So if you guys don't understand, it'll probably all make sense in the end. But you have forgotten how powerful you are, as Source has created you in such a way that is so intricate, yet so simple at the same time. And those are some of the things that we have, I'm going to say, forgotten, right? Because we wanted things to be easier or whatever it is. I don't know where I'm going with all this, but see, that's when my human mind is like tapping into what spirit is like. God is like, you're giving your messages today. But I want to understand it too. Like, I'm learning along with all of you, right? I'm learning where all my strengths lie, and God kind of gave me a glimpse of what I got going on in the future. You know what I mean? So, and I'm gearing up for that because I'm here to be of service. Okay. I'm here to be of service. That's why I do this show. That's why I continue to do readings. That's why I continue to do the meditations, because I am to be of service to those people that are called to me. Okay. And the people that I am called to, right? Because it goes both ways. It's just like the places that you end up, the people that you're introduced to, and, you can go through your life and see which ones were healthy people to have around you. And then you can see where there were negative people that were around you. And maybe you put up with some of that. And I feel like there's some of you out there right now that are going, I'm done. I'm standing up for myself and I'm not going to take any more, BS. Okay. But I also feel like you're standing up for what is your truth right now, your authenticity, and I feel like that in itself is very, very powerful. And that's one of the things that you all have forgotten about yourselves, right? Because really it is mind over matter, right? We've been told this before, and that kind of brings me back into that matrix thing that I was just talking about. You know what I mean? Because we are the creators of what is coming next and what we are creating and who we're creating it with. Okay. And that's from our thought patterns, right? But if we still get stuck in fear, right? We still get stuck in fear or lack or shame or whatever, because let me tell you, none of us are perfect. Not you, not me, not any person I have met yet is an absolute perfect human being. Okay. We might strive to be that. We might have changed to be that, to be more perfect than we were before, because we were flawed. We were flawed when we were born. And it was like, we really had to learn, not just what we were learning in our human sense. You know what I mean? Because we were taught how to, take care of ourselves, eat, go out and get jobs and stuff. But we were never really nurtured in the spiritual sense of it all and tapping into our authentic self. It was always some kind of something out there that we had to, live up to. I was thinking about this again today too. I'm just going to go all over the place with all the things that have come through my mind today. Okay. So it's like, I was thinking about it. I walked to the trash to throw something out and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then the thought that came to me was, why have I always tried to strive to be something in someone else's eyes rather than exactly who I am in my own eyes? And I've always been kind of the black sheep and never kind of like went that direction, but truly like pulling back all the layers of my authentic self, and I do that a lot with you guys because I share a lot of my personal information with you guys, maybe not everything, but what I feel is important in the moment. But it's like, we're shedding all this skin, which is really cool because I should have sent or should have downloaded the picture, but shedding our skin for change, right? Letting go of that thought pattern or whatever it is that is not working for you, that is bringing distress in your life, and let's just kind of like move it to the side. Let's kind of like put it in that energetic recycle bin, okay? And just kind of like toss it over to the side and just, we don't need that in our lives anymore, right? So, and that could be people, places, things, whatever it is that's no longer serving you for your highest and best. So last week, I don't know, maybe it was Monday when I was sitting outside. It could have been Sunday or Monday. I was sitting outside in the sun for a few minutes because, you guys, it's important to get out in the sun kind of every day for at least 15 minutes. Absorb some of the sun rays into your body, into this beautiful vessel that you are. I know it's cold somewhere up north and wherever you are, but if it is, stand by the window, whatever it is, just so you can, or sit in the car and let the sun beat on you, but let the sun beat on you. I feel like that's super important right now, because it really just like energizes you. Where was I going with all that? I just got into all right. So the sun, it energizes you, helps heal you. Okay. This would be a great time to bring up healing, because sometimes when I'm in the sun, you know what I mean? You can feel the sun hitting different parts of your body, depending on what you're wearing. And if it's cold out, wear some black, because then it will absorb more of that heat. But it's like when I'm sitting out in the sun, I'm like, all right, sun, I can feel you penetrating into my skin, go into every cell, go into every strand of DNA, clear out what I don't need, because I still am human. I still have to purge things as well. We all do. So I want you all to know that you are all very, 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 very powerful healers as well. Energy healers. Okay. We're different in that way, that energetically things are changing. And one of the beautiful things I've seen as of late is more people are tapping into the energies, talking about vibes and frequencies. So that makes me excited. But all of you are very, very talented healers. And it's funny, when I said that, my bells were doing their little echoing. But you guys are very powerful healers. Okay. So I want you guys all to see yourselves tonight as this beautiful ball of light. Just flaming light, whatever you want to see, glowing ball, whatever it is. I want you all to see yourselves in this, it's the protection bubble, but this one is different. Okay. I want you to feel the difference in this healing ball. Okay. Each one of you are just like these balls, kind of, I wish I had that other painting in here. I don't, but anyways, you guys are all these beautiful healing balls. You feel the energy kicking up inside yourself. You're starting to feel it in your cells. You're starting to feel it in your soul, whatever is igniting inside of you right now. Because I know there are some of you out there that also need your own personal healing from whatever it is. So I want you to all see yourselves in this beautiful bubble, okay? And you are in this radiant light, bright gold, whatever color you're seeing, whatever color light you need to project for yourself for this healing. Maybe it's red, maybe it's green, maybe it's blue, maybe it's yellow, whatever color is being called to you. So I want you to see yourself in this magnificent bubble that's healing you from the outside in and from the inside out. Like you're just feeling more calm, you're feeling more collected. You're feeling the pain kind of subside. If you're feeling that, you're just feeling all the blood flowing exactly where it needs to flow. No blockages. You're just in this beautiful, beautiful healing bubble. Okay. And I want you to share this healing bubble and use names, if you so choose, of people you would like to include into this healing bubble, because we're all in this big universe together. So there may be somebody a parent, a loved one, a friend, your animal, your fur babies, whatever it is. We are here for healing of all. Like this healing is going so far, like you can't even imagine. This earth is feeling the vibrations of all of you, sending out your beautiful vibrations of loving healing for yourself and for others. It's an amazing, amazing feeling. So feel that through the rest of this show and maybe even through the rest of this night. But if you need to sleep, remember to ground later, because it may be very hard. because the energy is very intense. We just came through this beautiful full moon as of yesterday, so it's still kind of full. We're still feeling it. Probably why I was up at 5:55 this morning, so I know more changes on the way. And I feel like a great abundance of changes on the way, and things that we never thought were a possibility are now possibilities. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. I'm just super excited. I'm like kind of giddy about it, you guys. I'm just kind of giddy about it. It's all good. It's all good. All right. I think I should say hello to some of y'all for joining me. I'm so happy you guys are here. There's a bunch of you guys out here. Let me just write your names down and then I'll go through you guys so I don't lose track of where I'm at. Let's see. All right. We got you guys. All right. And I think that, Carol Ann is over there too, I think. All right. I don't think I'm missing anyone now. Okay. So I want to say hello to Dia, Susie, Jill, Roy, Barbara, Robert, Pooja, Pat, Ruth, Linnell, and Carol Ann. And of course, Tiffany out there being the beautiful producer. Thank you guys for being here and being a part of this show. And I know there's many more of you out there that it may be touch and go and come and go. That's fine as well. Thank you for adding your energy to this healing session, because I feel like that's what it's about tonight. It's about healing on many different levels. And I feel like this month is going to go by so fast. That blip is going to go crazy, like crazy fast. Like it's already the 5th. It's already the 5th, my friends. It's already the 5th. So I hope you guys all had a good time with your families and friends and whatever you did through the Thanksgiving holiday here in America. And so I hope you all had a good time. I hope you were able to reconnect with maybe some of your family members, or maybe connect in with some other people that you needed to tap in with. Okay. So this energy, like, are you all feeling it? Like, I give me a 1 in the chat if you're feeling this energy. Give me a 1 if you're feeling this energy. Do you feel the healing bubble? Are you allowing yourself to heal it? Are you thinking you can't? Because if you are, I'm going to tell you to stop it right now and just step into your power in this very moment, because you are very, 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 very powerful healers and beings of light that God created. And this is not our first rodeo, my friends. I'm sure many of you have had past lives, if you believe in that stuff or not. Maybe you have some reoccurring dreams or whatever. I'm getting a few 1s out there. That's awesome. Yay! Because the energy was weird at the beginning of the week. Let me tell you, I'm going to share that story too. So I'm getting a few 1s out there. So everyone's feeling that energy. That's good. And the full moon as well as the boost. Yes. So that all that energy is going on. We're all like bouncing off walls, and people are bouncing off walls, and I don't know where all the traffic came from, but I guess season is here in Sarasota, Florida. So traffic is back. So the energy at the beginning of the week was really, really strange. Okay. So I was in the grocery store. I was at Publix, right? And I had some interaction with some people at the beginning of the store, and I was fine until I got all the way to the end in the dairy section. I got to the dairy section and I'm like, I have to go. Like, I need to get out of here, like right now, and I just started to get anxious and like just really weird energy. And I was like, I had to go home. I had to go wash that off. It was like, I had to go home, shower, wash that energy off. So again, I don't know what that was, but it was very, very strange, because normally I can hold a lot of energy, but it was just like, no, I need out of this space now. So whatever all that was about. And I know that I have the same experience. I'm going to share Lanka's story, because she had the same experience, I think, yesterday at the store. And I was like, interesting. In 2 different Publixes, not even the same Publixes, but about the same area, I believe, too. So that's weird. All right. Richard is saying 1. Hello, Richard. I got you, buddy. I got you. I think I saw someone else over here. Marsha's here, too. Richard and Marsha, thank you guys for being here and getting some 1s out there. Woo-hoo. Good job. Right? Yay. Good job, Richard. So, yeah, so that energy was kind of weird. And then Tuesday night, no, it wasn't Tuesday night. Was it Tuesday night? Yeah, Tuesday night. I kind of got that same feeling. I was just chilling out at home, around 7 o'clock at night or whatever. And I got that same anxious feeling. And I'm like, is this me or is this the collective? You know what I mean? Because there was nothing going on that would have stressed me out at 7 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? There was nothing weighing heavily on my mind or anything, to bring up that or whatever. So it was, I was like, what is this all about? Where is this coming from? So it was kind of like those 2 days. I didn't feel it yesterday and I didn't feel it Wednesday either. So I haven't felt it since then. So it was Sunday and Tuesday for me. And I was just like, it was really just like, so I feel like, sometimes when we're feeling stuff, it's a collective thing as well, not just all us all the time. So, yeah. So again, I know there's a few of you just jumping in right now. So I want you all to remember that you guys are in these beautiful healing bubbles right now of whatever color you find appropriate for your healing right now, whether it's red, green, yellow, gold, purple, whatever color comes to mind that you want to be surrounded in. And I feel like I'm seeing all these gold flakes and all in stuff too. I'm feeling like all these little sparkles are going on. Lanka says today's energy is not bad at all. No, today's energy was like really chill, very chill. And it was beautiful outside too. It was chill and beautiful. So you're all in this beautiful healing bubble. So I get sidetracked a little bit because I want y'all to remember you're in these healing bubbles and that you are sharing these healing bubbles with other like people that you want to share this healing with because you want to heal yourself and you want to help heal others. Maybe it's about mending relationships. Maybe it's just sending out love to the people that need a little love right now because there's some people out there that are hardcore stuck in the mud. Okay. And it's funny, I say stuck in the mud. But anyways, that's what I'm saying. So there you go. What do you feel? What are you feeling? I know that's a lot of talking. But thank you for those ones. Thank you. Richard says it's 37 degrees here. It's 70 right now, Richard. 70 in Sarasota right now. So it's not too bad. Actually, it's been kind of a nice fall. It hasn't been too hot and it hasn't been too cold, except for that one really, really, really cold day where I thought I was going to freeze to death. I wasn't ready for, or was not prepared for that. I was not. Let's see. Yes, Richard is in Oklahoma. Where are y'all at, these people? Where are you guys all? I say that and a mosquito got in my house. What does a mosquito mean, you guys? Something's bothering something. Who's being bothered by a little mosquito? And it's funny because it's kind of cold right now for mosquitoes to be in here. Somebody let one in. So what have you seen for odd things? I wanted to see how, have you guys been paying attention? And this could be just wherever you live or whatever. But are you paying attention to like everything? Because it's really weird because one day I was sitting out on my lanai and I heard this plane, right? And it was a plane I'd never really heard before because I know there's a lot that they all go to the airport and you pretty much get accustomed to like the certain sounds of different planes, whether it's the helicopter or the big planes bringing people in or whatever, but this was a different sound. I'm like, what is that? I go outside and there's this completely gray plane and I'm like, what is that? So I go to flights, I want to see what flight that is. It's flights in the air right now or whatever I say I put in there. And it was like some Canadian Air Force something or other. And it's really funny because I was telling Lanka that over Thanksgiving and she goes, I almost saw it too. She took a picture of it while she was at Celery Fields and I'm like, no way. So I go find it and I'm like, that's the exact plane. And I saw it again today. So that just makes me wonder if you guys have been just paying attention to what might be going on, maybe around you, or maybe noticing new things. Because I even noticed my neighbors painted their house a new color. I love it, by the way. But I just noticed, like, I'm very observant. I can even stop at an intersection. It's so weird. I must have some kind of weird memory or something, but I can stop at an intersection and be like, there's a tree missing. Like, where did that tree go? And then I see they've taken it down, they've stump grinded it, and I was like, all right, that's where that tree went, because I remember there was a really tall tree there. So I'm just wondering how observant you are about the things that are going on around you. You know what I mean? Because there's so much that we don't really pay attention to, but then I feel like some of it is super important to pay attention to. We're friends with Canada, so I'm not worried about the Air Canada flight over us, because I know they're doing military stuff out there, and we must be working together. You know what I mean? Because when I went and looked at its flight, it did all these circles out over the Gulf. And I was like, that's weird, but what are they doing out there? Who knows? Maybe they're looking for something. Maybe they're helping do something. But anyways, it's very interesting that they've been around lately and that more people have noticed it. So I'm just wondering, what have you guys been noticing out there as of late? Anything? All right. No one's sharing anything. I know it takes a few minutes to pop through. You guys, I just want to put this out there. Tomorrow night is also the Spiritual Message Circle. So that's where Goldylocks Productions hosts get together, and we give you all messages for a $20 donation. It's a lot of fun. There are 2 in the month of December. We have tomorrow night, December 6th, and the last time that you will see us all in 2025, when we all get together for the last Spiritual Message Circle on the 20th, because then we'll be on hiatus for our holiday vacation. So if you guys want to sign up for the 6th or the 20th, then just send in your Venmo or however Tiffany wants you to pay for that, and be a part of that beautiful show tomorrow night. I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. It's always very informative. You know what I mean? I love how all the messages just kind of blend together. You just can't make this stuff up, And we're all doing God's work. We're giving the messages that we're receiving to help you reach your highest and best self, so that you can move forward with love and grace in your life, because that's what God really intended for us, right? We've had to go through all these trials and tribulations so we could get to the good stuff, and that I've been waiting for it since I was 13 years old, when I was like, God wants me to be happy, and I have to figure that out. And I'm still, figuring that out. But we are much closer now, because I feel like a lot of us have awakened to what God really created for us here, rather than what we've been taught was here. So just know there's a lot of changes coming up, and I'm super excited about it. That's probably why I'm feeling so excited today. Yes, because I feel like I can't rest. I feel like that's why I was up so early this morning, and it was just, just a lot of energy going on, and it's good energy. I feel like it's good energy. I feel like we had to go through that little purge. That's why I feel like all this healing is important right now. And even if you don't feel like you're a healer, just know that you are. You just have to change your mind about how you think about things. You know what I mean? And if you've gone through the process of learning about energy healing, whether it's through Reiki or some other, form of healing, because I know there are people out there that take other forms, but just lay your hands on yourself and be like, send energy into those spots, clear it out, maybe tap in and find out what it really is. You know what I mean? One of those good books out there is Louise Hay's Here You'll Heal Your Life. You know what I mean? And kind of tap in. What am I feeling there? What am I feeling there? Maybe it'll be like, oh, maybe there is something I have to let go. That was one of those learning tools that I used as, I was learning things, because, it's a lot easier for you guys how to learn all this stuff now, because you have a lot of access on the internet. Like I had to go to books when I started doing all this stuff. I needed books. Barnes and Nobles was my best friend back in the day. So yeah. Okay. A lot of energy going on. I know I'm all over the place. I hope you've been able to follow along. Yes, yes, and yes. All right, so this is a great time to have a word from my sponsors, Beautiful Mushroom Morse of Feng Shui My Space. If you guys are ready to change up your space or you're moving and you want help figuring out what should be in the best places for you, for the best Feng Shui for you, to bring all that love and abundance into your life, like I know all of you want, check out Mushroom Morse of Feng Shui My Space, my friends. Check it out, you guys. Awesome. Check out fengshuimyspace.com so you can rearrange the things in your life, in around you, in your oasis. Thank you, beautiful Marsha Morse of Feng Shui My Space, for being a beautiful sponsor of the Joyful Finding Show. And you're also looking to sell or buy real estate in Sarasota, Florida. She's your lady, so check her out. Thank you for being my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then we have beautiful Lola Blue down there in Northport, who makes the most amazing products. Oh my God, you guys. Soaps, deodorants, shampoo, conditioner, lotions, magnesium sprays, you name it. She's creating it and it's good for you. I love it all. I'm using it all and I'm buying some as gifts. Maybe you can too, because at the end we'll give you the promo code for 15% off, you know, and if you guys are local, I can pick it up for y'all when I go down there in a couple weeks. But anyways, check out lolablueliving.com, my friends. Yeah. Discover the art of clean living with lolablueliving.com. Handcrafted in Northport, Florida, our natural soaps, soy candles, and shampoo bars bring eco-friendly luxury to your daily routine. From refreshing sugar scrubs to soothing CBD massage creams, every product is made with love and care. Elevate your self-care game and shop now at lolablueliving.com. Feel good, live better naturally. And use that promo code mistletoe to save 15%. And maybe put up a little mistletoe up there in your little house there if you need to. Get ready for the festive season. But you guys check it out. 15% off ends December 31st. And they will also be going on vacation at the end of the month. So get your orders in early. And I need to say the new chapstick they just made too is awesome. The little, I love it. It's peppermint. I know she's coming out with other flavors. So you guys check that out. And thank you, Lola Blue, for being amazing, amazing, amazing in so many different ways. And I want to say a big thank you to all of you as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A big donation came in while you guys were watching my little ads there. From beautiful Barbara, thank you for that $10. You're most amazing. You will be number one this evening. Those tips and donations are definitely welcome. You do not have to do that to get a message. Just like whatever affirmation of whatever channel you're on. If you're over there on YouTube, hit up whatever that is, and Rumble and X and where else are we? I forgot where we are. BitChute and all those places. X, wherever you are, like, maybe share the show. That's helpful too. I feel like we're going to get together and share a lot more as we move forward. So there is that. And let's see, you know, I usually bounce around a little bit and I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm feeling the energy to see what's going on. I might just go just random. Who knows what's going on? Maybe I won't even do messages. No, I will. I will. What is most, I feel like I need to give a general message for everybody first, because I was getting a little bit of that throat stuff going on when right before we went into the commercials. So I want you guys to see yourself as a clear channel, being able to speak everything that you need to speak with love and honor. That's the word I'm hearing right now. And it's funny because I'm feeling that all the way into my ear. That's weird. But anyways, it's connected to listening as well. Speaking. All right, we got two things going on today. We're not just dealing with that throat today. We're doing the throat and actually active listening. Like, hear the people that are talking to you. Okay, I don't know exactly who this is for out there, but I am getting the throat and active listening. So don't be afraid to say what you have to say, but also you need to listen. Listen. What is it you're not listening to? Is it yourself? Is it your higher self? You know, are you getting a message over and over again and still not choosing to listen to it? Maybe that's part of it. I'm just saying. But that's what I'm getting as a collective. Listen, but also communicate. I think we're going to change the way, because sometimes we all try to, like, you know, we try to like talk over each other sometimes, you know what I mean? And I find I do that sometimes occasionally too. And I'm trying to step back and be more the observer and the listener. But, you know, I feel like there's some of that going on. But anyways, I just needed to share that with all of you. So I think that's going to be very productive of us moving forward in the future, and about our speaking our truth, but also listening to others and doing that without judgment. Okay. Because we're not walking in their shoes. We're not walking in another's shoes. We're only walking in our own shoes. We can only be responsible for us. Okay. So I want to put that out there. It's important. Okay, and then I was also supposed to mention my brother. So, Carol Ann, you didn't mention my brother. His name is Dave last night. And it's funny because he woke me up. I think he was part of the reason I woke up this morning, because he was waking me up this morning. If those of you that don't know, my brother has passed, and it's almost, we're getting close to 3 years. But it was funny because he was like, you know, he was coming to me this morning, and I was like, you want me to get up? And that's what he would have done. Get up, go have your coffee, you know, go sit outside for a few minutes. So I think I needed that alone time outside to like kind of like ground it, whatever that was. Okay. I'm just throwing that out there. All right, my friends. So we have about 20 minutes for messages. Miss Barbara is first, and then I'm just going to go up and down my list and see where we land. Okay. Let me add the rest of you on here, because let me make sure I have you all. Dia, Susie, Roy, Jill, Robert, Pooja, Pat, Ruth, Lenka, Linnell, Carolyn, and Richard. Right? If there's anyone else out there that's interested in a message this evening, just drop your name in the little chat box, and I'd be happy to do that. All right? So, Miss Barbara. Barbara, I'm seeing cookies again. I think I told you that when I talked to you last time. Cookies and coffee and tea and visiting and entertaining. It's funny because I see you with a group of women, and are you, this might sound weird, but are you doing a new yoga class before you move or something? Are you involved in something? Because I felt like there was movement involved. So it could be your Tai Chi or whatever, but there's some kind of movement, something going on. Maybe that's just you doing all the movement or whatever. But know that there is a new group that is going to be created for you, because you are going to be helping people in ways that you have not helped before, using more of your abilities and intuition and more of your energy healing work, maybe, than more of the laborious, you know, massage. You may still do a little bit, but I don't think you're going to do a lot of that. I feel like it's more going to be energy and healing. And I feel like you're doing a lot of that right now, because I feel like you're sending a bunch of it to your kids. You know what I mean? You're like, and I see it going like a little wave going out there. You know what I mean? But also being more involved in healing with the bowls and the singing and the light language. Like there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be popping up for you all at once. And I'm also seeing like some kind of banana bread. I feel like this is banana bread. I also feel like a zucchini bread. Like, did your grandmother like bake these things? Because I feel like these are old school recipes. I feel like these are, I feel like because I feel like there's this grandmother coming through. Like, have you been like bakey lately? Like, wanted to bake more and just like, know more of what's in your food and what you're eating. I mean, I'm sure you do that already, but I just feel more conscious of it. And I feel like ancestors are coming through like, hey, try to make my XYZ, you know what I mean? Even if you just try to throw all the things together by itself. So that's what I'm getting for you, Barbara. Lots of good things coming up because I know there's change coming up for you. There's a move on the way. There's just a lot of beautiful things that are on the way. Not everybody around you is in the same frame of mind you are. That's why you're there to assist them with baby steps. So I'm going to leave that with you. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you. All right. Let's see who's next. Pooja. Thank you for being here, my friend. Let's see what I get for Pooja. All right, Pooja. So I feel like you always have a lot on your mind. I feel like there's a lot, and I feel like you need somehow. Have you been able to separate from what you're always thinking about or what you're trying to create? Because I feel like you almost have to sit back and kind of just observe a little bit of what's going on so you can change your tactics about how you want to create what you want to create. Because I feel like you keep hitting some kind of wall, right? It's some kind of resistance, and this could be from other people possibly, but I feel like this resistance is you have to sit back and see what triggers that resistance and be like, oh, and now I can handle it this way. And then after you've figured all that out, I'm getting this bouquet of flowers. Okay. And it's like, it kind of reminds me of a magic trick because it just like pops into my hands. Okay. And it's big. And I feel like these are full of, what are they? I know what they are. I know a lot about horticulture, and you think I would remember the plant's name, but I can't remember them. But they look like, the best way to describe them is, they have a specific name, but white daisies. They want me to say white daisies. Okay. And they're just like a plethora of them. Like you have this full bouquet. Okay. And I feel like this is you not recognizing how much beauty is already inside of you. And it's just going to pop out. Like it's just going to pop out just like the flowers just did out of my hand. So you have a lot of things that are going to change for you, but they want you to sit back so that change can happen for you. Okay. So sit back, be observant, allow that change to happen for you. So I'm going to leave that for you, Pooja. Thank you for being here. I know I wrote your name down here somewhere. All right. So, all right. Barbara says, yes, so exciting. I love it. Thank you so much. Yes, baby steps for sure. Sending healing energy. Great messages as always. Love you. I love you too. I do. All right. So, all right. Before I carry on, right? I don't feel like this is Pooja's energy because I feel like I disconnected. But either someone has just joined in and you are feeling stress, or you are feeling something. Maybe you have a headache or you have a headache coming on, but it feels like it's the left side. I feel like you have some kind of fear of the future or whatever, and I'm getting to just let that go. So whoever just joined, that was super and duper important that you hear that, okay? All right, let's see who's next. All right. Linnell. All right, Linnell. Stars. Are you decorating your yard? Because I feel like there's a lot of stars in it. Like, are you decorating for the holidays? Because I feel like you're incorporating a lot of stars. They're just showing me light here, light there, This could even be you redecorating with the light. You're just lighting up this space over there, and you're lighting up that space over there. I also feel like you are grounding. Like, I feel like you are grounding. Like, you are like, you're putting in some pretty big roots in your new location. You know what I mean? I feel like you're just putting in these new roots that are going to help you to grow in new ways. And I also feel like, you said you moved to Oregon, so that's probably why the roots are so big and so wide. But I feel like you are, you are grounding that energy in where it needs to be in the perfect moment at the perfect time. And just know that it's all divine time. And I don't know why, but with you, I feel like my shoulders are up. So they're like, sit back, relax, drop your shoulders. Woo. All right. So that's what I'm getting for you now. I'm going to leave that with you. You're playing your sound bowls every day now. Awesome. Ground that in. Pooja says, thank you, Melissa, for the message. You're welcome. You're welcome. I love you guys. All right, let's see who's next. Robert. I feel like you're getting into a new flow. I feel like you are kind of blocking yourself energetically. I don't know if you're doing it on purpose or you just feel like you need to be guarded right now. But again, I feel like you got a lot of weight on your shoulders and your chest, man. Okay. I feel like you're holding on to a lot of stuff. So energetically, that healing bubble I was talking about earlier, they're wanting you to see yourself in that bubble. See yourself being completely cleansed in that bubble. Good, bad, or indifferent, just let it all flow away. Allow yourself to nurture yourself in a way that you've never nurtured yourself before. I feel like you're in this new wavelength of life and things are just going to start to happen for you. But I also feel like you need to release it. You've already owned it. Okay. Now it's kind of like you've had they're showing me it's like an old shirt you've had for 20 years. It has 40 holes in it. Yeah, we know it's your favorite, but you know that it's a rag now. Like you can't even put it on. Like it's, but they're like, as soon as you take it off, there's like a whole new feeling. So it's kind of like a cloak, or maybe you've been hiding yourself or something, but they're like, just drop it. Just drop it. Just drop it like a hot potato. And just let yourself move forward for yourself, Robert. So I'm going to leave that with you, my friend. All right. Susie. So glad you're here, Susie. And I look forward to seeing you if you're going to be there in December. All right, Susie, I'm getting all these hearts around you again. It's funny because I'm seeing them like on both sides of you, 3 and 3. And I almost feel like I had 6 or 9 for you last time. So I'm getting these. And I feel like these are like loved ones, guardian angels, and all that walking beside you. And they're like, this is the time of your life to enjoy yourself. Just enjoy yourself. Do things that are going to make you happy. You feel like there's some things you have to do that you don't really have to do. So they're just, and I see them walking beside you, just like they're, they're helping hold you up. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like. You got these giant hearts, which remind me of angels. Okay. Just walking beside you on this path, on this journey. And I feel like you have significant messages that are being shown to you, but you're not trusting them yet. So I'm getting to trust. And I'm also getting hearing, like you're hearing them as well. So stand in that power, Miss Susie. I'm going to leave that with you. And I'll see you in just a couple weeks. All right, let's see who's next. What do I got left for time? I got 9 minutes. All right, Dia, you're next. Dia. That's funny. I'm getting stars and stripes for you again. Why do I keep getting that for you? I mean, that's been ongoing for a few months now. Stars and stripes reminds me of the flag. Standing up for justice. So now I'm hearing the Pledge of Allegiance. This is so funny. What does this mean for you today? What does that mean? So something about justice and the freedom, and it's fast, roller coaster like. And we already know you have no fear, but they just wanted to add that in. Just like you're like a little rocket, and we're shooting you out of a little cannon or whatever. I think I've seen that for you too. Like I feel like I'm having deja vu right now. But like you got places to go, people to see, things to do, even though you're grounding that energy in, it's going out into the places. Because now it's showing me like a sprinkler. Yeah. Remember the sprinklers that used to just sit and spin, kind of just go around? That's what it feels like right now. So it's like you're putting all that love and energy out there. You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool. I'm totally digging that for you, Dia. So stars and stripes, the flag, justice, and all that fun stuff, and whatever else I just said. So I'm going to leave that with you, Dia. All right. Jill says that I could do her and Roy together if time is short. Okay. Let's see if you guys pop up on my list. If I get one of you, I'll give you both a message. All right, Pat. Pat, have you been visited by an angel as of late? I feel like this is a part of a guardian angel that's either showing itself to you in a dream, but I am also getting the image of Archangel Michael, and he's like wielding his sword. So I feel like he is giving you some newfound strength that you did not know that you had inside of you. Like I feel like you are being totally protected right now, because I feel like he's like fighting off all these like, I call them little, I'm not even sure what they are, but they remind me of mosquitoes. But whatever's been bothering you is kind of like wielding that away. But this is also giving you a chance to breathe, refocus, and create what it is that you really want to. I feel like sometimes you still get hung up over here in the past somewhere, and they're saying that you really kind of have to just kind of like release that a little bit more, whatever that might mean for you. Just release that, okay? So that's what I'm getting for you, dear Pat. So thank you for being here. All right, let's see who's next. Richard. Richard's been working hard. That's what I get, Richard. Working hard, getting things done, not messing around. I also feel like you're coming up on a vacation, or I know you'll get Christmas off or whatever, but I feel like there is so I feel like there's some kind of downtime, but I feel like it's more about relaxation, getting together with friends and family. I also don't know if you're getting a pet or have a pet or want a pet, but I'm getting a cat for whatever reason. So the cat is just, showing me kind of like independence, but I feel like it's a real snuggle bunny kind of cat. You know what I mean? Not afraid to just get in your lap and just chill and take a nap while you're napping or whatever. But I'm seeing an animal in your life. So look up cat. Maybe that's significant for you in this moment. But the cat is also showing me about independence. So I don't know what you're breaking away from for your independence, but independence is on the way for you, my friend Richard. So I'm going to leave that with you. All right, let's see who's next. All right, Lenka. Lenka, oh, you're feeling all this energy tonight. I can feel that. It feels like almost like a bass. Are you listening to music over there too? Because I feel like it's not in a headache sense, but just like in pounding energy, like it's coming in fast and furious and kind of hard, but also soft and gentle at the same time, if that makes sense for you. I'm also getting a key. Like you have the key, and it's funny because it's this golden key. I got this golden key. Oh, I wish I had my keys in front of me. I don't. It's like the old skeleton keys, but it's gold. Okay. And it has this ornate, decoration. And it's kind of like reminds me of, it kind of reminds me of, I don't know. I can't think of the word, but you would know the word because you're into shapes and stuff. But anyways, it almost reminds me of, like the spade, but it's not a spade. It's like but anyways, I'm seeing that for you, and it's always got like this intricate detail. And I feel like that's part of your inner knowledge that you're unlocking, and you're ready to set forth and use some of that. And you're going to kind of like step into it without any fear. Like you're like, I know what's behind that door. I've been here before. And you just like unlock that door and you just walk right in like you own the place. You know what I mean? So it's very, 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 very cool. So I see bright things in your future. And I also see like more artsy things and like you like setting it up for a sale or for some kind of event or something of that sort. I know you're super busy right now. So don't think that it's like anytime in the near future, but it is in the near future, just not in the immediate near future. So I'm gonna leave that with you, Leica. All right, I got 2 minutes left. Let's see where I'm at. Oh, Carol Ann, thank you for my messages last night. All right, Carol Ann, keep rocking it. You're allowing the highest and the best information to flow through you for yourself, for your clients, and everything that's going on around you. I feel like your energy has also, they're saying you've got a pep in your step. You know what I mean? And I feel like you're going to get out a little bit more this winter. And they're also saying something about the throat. So have you been coughing a lot lately or whatever? They want you to look into holistic things that you could use. Maybe it's some tea with some honey. But I feel like you've been doing a lot of talking, and it kind of like wears on that throat chakra. Just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. All right. So I'm going to leave that with you, Carol Ann. All right. So Ruth, you're next. Ruth, what I'm getting for you is rock and roll. I feel like I'm listening to a hair band right now. Have you been listening to a lot of hairband music as of lately? Because I feel like we're back in our, in our 80s, late 80s, early 90s and stuff. And I feel like you've been maybe reminiscing or there's memories that are coming up. And I feel like this helps tell the story that you're getting ready to tell next, because I feel like you're gathering all of this information to tell everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like all this information is just going to flow to you, and you're just like putting all the little dots together, which is super duper cool. So I'm going to leave that with you. All right, let's see. All right, Jill and Roy, you guys are the only ones I have left. I just know that I'm going to combine the two of you and make it super fast. But the two of you are on this beautiful new journey together, and there's going to be amazing things that are going to unfold in front of you. There's always seems like there could be a hiccup, but see no hiccups in your way. It's just like see yourself going down the journey and there's no roadblocks whatsoever. It's just open road for where you want to go, and just travel your road and be happy, because you are going to find a new balance in your happiness is what they're saying. So I'm going to leave that with you. Again, tomorrow night, at 8 p.m., the Spiritual Message Circle. So you guys tap into that. Join in if you guys are so called. Maybe you know somebody else out there that may be called for a message, and maybe you want to give them a present. You can always make the donation and show them the show later if that's what you want to do too. That's always a nice little surprise, because we love reading new people. We love reading our everyday people, but we love when new energy gets involved too. And sometimes there's a message that bleeds through for somebody else that really could help them in a spot they're in right now. Because right now we're here to help humanity. We're here to help each other. We're here to help this community that we're in. And I'm just super excited about what comes next. And I look forward to seeing you all very, very much next Friday night at 8 p.m. for another beautiful, joyful finding show. I love each and every one of you. Stay strong, stay bold, and do what your heart is called to do, and be that master creator and spread love far and wide. Love you guys. See you next Friday.